There is so much depressing news today that I just feel to do something on the lighter side. You go to Facebook and social media in general, and you find people cussing each other, bacchanal for so commerce. People are getting angry every day. So much to make us feel sad, sad, sad. So I look at something on the lighter side, yeah? It is about my people and how I miss my people. I'll begin with the character known as Dummy James. When Dummy James was brought to the courthouse and the judge asked him if he was guilty or not guilty, I will always remember Dummy James' answer. Your Honor, I can't talk now. You ain't see I eating my rock cake. Not a rock cake, but that was a hard cake. And a little boy was in a church one time. Miss him too. And the priest made reference to a verse. He said, upon this rock I'll build my church. The little boy with the rock cake, he said, no, he ain't building no church on this rock. What he was talking about is rock cake, not on this rock. He ain't building no church on this. And back to Dummy James, the man, first time in the man's life, boy, the man got a little thing. They used to have a little latrine by the Market Square, opposite the district board, town council. People used to go and pee there. And in them days, you're not a pay to pee, you're peeing for free. So Dummy James get a little thing there, boy. Dummy James used to talk in a kind of way, or sometimes only he could understand what he was saying. So when Dummy James get in the little thing and he partner want the little thing too, and he call out, James, you done? James, you done? Dummy James shout out, boy, keep your tail quiet now. Ein B-L-A-K here, ein Blake yet. Ein Blake yet. And I remember the famous judge, a Duncan man, and he used to sentence people, put his foot on the desk in front of him, and he will ask the person, the defendant, what is the size of my shoe? Well, there are some foolish guys, One guy said size 5. He said, well, take 5 years, Take it and cool it. So another guy now, Mr. Duncan asked him, what is the size of my shoe? He bawled out, boy, I look at the size 15. He said, well, take 15 years up in Richmond Hill. Never will I forget Walter Dunn, great mind. And I always remember him with his 25-cent piece in his ear. He always put a 25-cent piece in his ear as he walked around St. George's. And when he was charged with walking around naked as he was born, the man won his case. And that was not the only case he won. He won his case because he convinced the judge that he was wearing a tie. He was not naked. I missed a policeman on Cemetery Hill who saw a man with a coffin, carrying a coffin on his head in the middle of the night. And the policeman asked the man, well, where you going with that coffin, man? Where you going with that coffin on top of your head? The man said, now you see me? I don't like where they bury me. Boy, that policeman take off like a jet plane. Speed. And our hero, can't forget him, Mr. George Beard, cutting a branch on a tree. Standing on the same branch and cutting the branch. And when he said, Miss Ross, look out the branch coming down, he and the branch was going down. Can't forget him at all, at all, at all. And during Expo 69, that exposition there, Carifta Expo 69, put on by Eric Gary, Prime Minister of Grenada past. Mr. George Beard was walking, pushing his bike to Expo 69. And a little boy said, Mr. Beard, why are you pushing the bike in this hot sun? Mr. Beard said, boy, watch, the sun so damn hot, I could imagine how my bike feel. I can't ride my bike in this hot sun. So he was pushing the bike. But the greatest that I remember of him was when he sat in Empire Cinema, seeing the movie, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And somebody came to look for him to tell him, Mr. Beard, your house is burning. And he said, what the hell are you talking about? My house burning? What the hell my house could burn when I have the key in my pocket? I have the key in my pocket. And beside that, I had two bakes inside there too. How you go burn? How you go burn? And the man vexed like hell. Yes, going on. The fella went and steal, can't forget him, went to steal from this woman. And while he was in her yard, he kicked down a pan. And when he kicked down the pan, the woman bawled out, who is that out there? He go like a cat, meow. The woman thought it was a cat out there. So he tell your friend, boy, that woman, anybody could thief from she. All you had to do, if you knock down anything in the yard, just go meow. The Kunomono, his friend, went to steal. He went to steal, and he knocked down the same pan. And he go meow. You hear? Meow. The woman say, who is that? Who is that out there? He said, miss, it's another cat. Boy, ever hear stupidness so? And the woman who was cleaning fish, and somebody asked, miss, what you doing there? You're cleaning some fish here, you know? Officiating. And then she was cleaning pork, and someone asked her, what you doing? Well, I officiating now, you know. Before I was officiating, but now I officiating. You ever officiate? I have to learn how to do that. I can't forget Yato. Yato, how the popo? And when you ask Yato how the popo, his answer was always the same. The popo so-so. The popo so-so. Can't forget Karaku Sparrow and his favorite songs, modifying Sparrow's hits. So he came up with Banana Boat for England, and the lizard jump up. The lizard jump up. Yes, Karaku Sparrow. And the lady who liked to talk in style, boy, she liked to talk in style. And she asks my cousin Arthur, Arthur, want you the milk? She loved to talk in style. And Arthur answered her in style also. No, auntie, want I not the milk? Arthur, want you the milk? No, auntie, want I not the milk. The mayor of Tyrrell Street, now called Herbert Blaze Street. Well, everybody will get a street eventually, you know. Give me Cockroach Alley. I like Cockroach Alley. You know why it was called Cockroach Alley? Ask anybody. Somebody who lived in the 60s. You'll know why it was called Cockroach Alley. Or called the Pontier Street, the Pontier. So yes, coming to Redance, the mayor of Tyrrell Street, and it was not a good idea to get Redance vexed. You pelt in anything you find at you. And what got him vexed? Just by calling him Redance. You can't call that man Redance, you'll get mad. One time a guy said, well, you know, I wouldn't call him Redance. I'll have a little respect for him. So I'll call him Mr. Redance. He bawled out, the little boy. Good morning, Mr. Redance. Well, Redance got more vexed. You're calling me Redance? When I come and visit your mother last night, that's why I mash your blasted head, eh? That's why I mash your blasted head. Can't forget the fellow who stole a pig. The man stole a pig and he painted the pig green. He stole a pig and he painted it green. And the lady who was accused by a gentleman who had a little affair with her, and he accused her of giving him crab. Well, you know what is crab, yeah? Giving him crab. And she didn't like that complaint. What the hell do you expect? Eh? You pay for crab. What you wanted, lobster? Crab you paid for, and then that same woman, I ain't calling she name, but she made a thing with a sailor boy. And somehow she ended up with the sailor boots. And that poor sailor from the man of war, we used to call it the man of war, we call it the battleship. And that poor sailor was walking all over St. George's. Have you seen X? Not calling names. The woman with the twisted jaw. She stole my boots. She stole my boots. Yes. Boy, I like we people. They used to make us laugh. And some came from America. And they fitted in. Like Mr. Gator, who used to just lie down in the sea, on the carnage. Just lie down on, that man never wore a shirt. Who remembers Mr. Gator? Never, always half naked. Never wore a shirt. But used to lie down in the sea on his back and float. The man just lying there and float. And Sunbat who walked all over on the hot pitch that below his foot. Well, you could see a shoe formed under his foot. Because he walked on the hot pitch. And Mr. Acrobat who told a little boy, let me tell you something. I put in one lash in your ass. The same lash I give it any big man, I put in your tail. The same lash I give in any big man. And the time they stole St. Martin's statue from the Catholic Church, you shouldn't do that, you know. Not a nice thing to do at all. And the priest wondered, what the hell could I do? But he saw a man that looked just like a statue. So he asked the man, look, I don't want the people to realize that the statue is missing on Sunday morning when the Mass is being held. So would you stand up just like a statue? Don't move at all, don't move. I go give you a little change for that. So the guy agreed. And he stood up in the church. But what he didn't know, a bee used to live in the statue knows. And the bee didn't know the difference. He looked so much like a statue that the bee couldn't tell. The bee couldn't even, when the bee came home, boy, he come to back his home. And the home was in the man's nose. When the bee passed by the man's nose, the man take his hand and he fan it. The people look, they say, hey, like a statue moving. And then the bee go and take a speed. Just like my friend Junior, the physical, she like to use that word. Take a speed. The bee take a speed and he rush right in the man's nose. He couldn't take it, boy. You were to the church and if you hear them people, hold St. Martin, don't let get away. Hold St. Martin, hold St. Martin. Yes, boy. I miss all of that. All them nice people who used to make us feel so happy. And there were more. But when I have a little more time, I'll tell you about them. When I have a little more time. You see, in the world today, you need a little time out, like in a game of basketball. Because if you study them people on Facebook, you're getting crazy, you know. People cussing each other over politics. Yes. Confusion. And the blood pressure rising. And that's not a good thing, you know. Stress and blood pressure and everything is serious things, yeah. And the funny thing is when they're gone, in 10 years from now, people will be doing the same damn thing, cussing each other. So relax and enjoy a joke once in a while. Think about all the nice people who used to make you laugh. Think of the man in a certain part of Grenada who used to trusting all the time, trusting people. Love to trust, but you better pay him when month end come. If you don't pay that man crap, or smoke your pipe. Because he's going right in the junction, and in the junction close to the shop, and he calling out the names of all those who are bad pay. I trusted Mrs. So-and-so. 2 pounds of flour, a pound of rice, a pound of sugar, some pitch oil. Back then, used to call it pitch oil, kerosene. Trusted her. I trusted her to feed her hungry children with all the food stuff that she took. And she does not want to pay me. I want my money now. When he called the names of the big shots, boy, if you see man run and pay. And the shopkeeper who had a sign in the shop with a dead man in a coffin. He said, look man, trust does bust, and don't ask Mr. Trust. Mr. Trust dead. Don't ask for Mr. Trust at all. But they were good shopkeepers. He used to help out people, poor people. Trusted them until they were able to pay. I wrote a story about that in my book, Recollections of an Island Man. So yes, I just felt like telling you a little of the people that used to make us feel good about ourselves. And, you know, Yato, how the popo? Boy, the popo so. We kinda talk. Anthony Wendell the Riggs.